We're finally here with it. Hey, what's up guys? It's me, SS95 here, back again with another video, and today we are finally here. So, this kind of puts an end to the whole Beyblade Burst thing for me. At least this is my own type of closure to the anime and to the manga within of itself. We're finally here with it. I have been teasing, I have been saying so many times that I would eventually get around to doing all the theme songs. Alright, I already did the Japanese ones. I wrapped up the Japanese openings. I did that. That was something for the most part. That was interesting. But now that the dub has officially wrapped up, right? Quad Strike's over. We're finally here with it. This is the definitive video. This is the end of the mainline Burst stuff for me. All right, this is kind of where like this is it. This is the final chapter. All right, it's kind of weird saying goodbye to Burst because Burst has played such a huge part in everybody's life when it comes to the Beyblade franchise, because this is the longest running series that we've had, longest running generation that we've had. Like, yeah, like, Metal Saga was extremely popular, and I can't really say too much about the Bakuten Shoot generation because I didn't grow up with that. But even then, it made a name for itself. But with Burst, I feel like Burst is what really put Beyblade on the map, and that's just how I feel. Like, yeah, Metal is, like, you know, where the nostalgia is, and I'm one of those people, alright? I wish that, you know, the Metal Fight bays would come back, and, well, lo and behold, you know, we got the remakes. We are probably gonna get the Project X stuff, so, honestly, I'd say every generation is eating good in some way, in some form. Of course, more than others, like, you know, of course, one generation gets prioritized over the other, but either way, Beyblade as a whole is just eating good, alright? And I can't say that enough, which is why it bugs me when people keep complaining like, oh, this generation's better than that. Pretty much, I'm really tired when it comes to the generation battles, because it gets so petty and repetitive, because I keep seeing the same things over and over and over again, and it just gets really annoying. But I'm not here to rant about that. But what I am here to do is finally put my own closure on it. This is the definitive end of Beyblade Burst. This is my ending to Beyblade Burst, my own send-off. And we're finally going to react to all the season's openings. All of them. Everything from season 1 all the way up until the latest. Now, I'm not going to get to every single complaint. Of course, I have my own thoughts and opinions about it, about each generation, each series, or each season in this case, but I can't get to every single one of them. So if I end up missing something that people wanted me to talk about, then I'm really sorry. We'll just discuss it in the comment section below, but I'll save that for the end of the video. Without further ado, let's just get right into this. And hopefully I don't get copyrighted by the end of this, because otherwise this would be the third time I've been trying to put this up. Alright. Volume is low, but either way, I will link this in the description below. Alright, I think that should be good. If you guys can't hear it, then it's oh well. Funny thing is that for the difference with the dub is that they actually didn't shadow out the faces. I'm pretty sure they kept it flat when it came to the Japanese. Also, I'm interested to see what Volt would look like if he bladed without his gloves. Like, I know in the manga, Jinga only had one side of his glove. If you guys didn't know that. In the manga, Jinga didn't have both sides of his gloves. He only had one. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see Volt blade without his gloves. I still really love the designs for Burst, though. Like, as simplistic as they are, and of course, you know, if you put it up with, like, all the other generations, you know, each one has its own stylization. Even X has its own stylization. And I just find that every season is unique in some way or form. Of course, some people will complain that it looks cheap, but either way, it works. Like, you gotta remember, this is a kid's... This is made for kids. Like, obviously, they're not gonna go as hard as, like, Jujutsu Kaisen or freaking Demon Slayer with, like, an infinite budget. And yes, I do know that this is the same studio that did Pokemon and Komi Can't Communicate. And they've done stellar animation, especially for Komi Can't Communicate. But, again, this is aimed towards kids. They can't be going this hard. Alright, so this is Beyblade Burst, the God Season / Evolution. This is where I feel like the anime kind of got better. Sort of. Of course, in the middle, it struggled because it felt like... This really felt like filler in some way or form to me. Like, it didn't feel like too much was going on. But Season 1 kind of, like, introduced us to, like, what this generation was trying to do and what it was trying to accomplish. This season kind of, like, took it more globally. Of course, you know, and Metal Fight did this. Metal Masters did this. And they're pretty much doing the same thing. I think even Bakuten did this, like, in the first season. So, I don't know. I like how they're, like, traveling around the world and, like, competing in, like, these, championship world competitions. That's always been cool for me. I wonder if it's gonna come back in X in some way or form, if there are, like, other X towers. But we're just gonna have to see. Overall, this wasn't really a bad season. Both English songs, both English and Japanese openings and theme songs were really good. Of course, you know, Japanese I prefer over the English one any day of the week. But I still like it. It's really good. Alright. Here we go. Oh my god. Alright, so... This is where we kind of turned up. I know a lot of you are going to say, alright, I actually legitimately thought this was going to be the last season we'd get for Burst. That's the thing. But, wow, we really turned up. This season felt way more serious than the other two. And I don't know if it's because it was a pro tag change, but this definitely felt way more adventurous. This felt like a lot was getting done. And I know a lot of people don't like it, and I can see why, because it was rushed, but I love Aiga's character development. Alright? Like, I wish it was handled better, yeah, but, like, you know, in the context that Burst is so short, it only made sense that, like, they would rush his character development. And oh my god, this theme song, Nate Wants to Battle did an amazing job with this theme song, and this isn't gonna be the last time we see him either. Oh my god. When it comes to comparing the Japanese and English, sometimes I can't choose. Of course, I favor the Japanese one, because the Japanese one goes hard. Like, it goes freaking hard. But this brought it too. This brought in heat. But then again, I grew up with this theme song. So, yeah. Good season. Alright, Rise had a different tagline song. I'm not gonna react to it. Okay. I know a lot of people have problems with Beyblade Burst GT / Rise, but surprisingly enough, I'm one of those weird people that ends up liking it. Because it's trying to do something different, right? And I felt like this was the season they were just having fun. They were just having fun with this. And of course, you know, they have, like, characters with already existent bays being controlled by other people. But even then, like, I can get around that, because this season just felt... Back then, it felt so new and refreshed. The only problem I really had was, when it came to the dub, Dante sounded way too close to Iga. The only time you actually hear the difference is like them side by side. But if you like close your eyes and listen to his voice back to back with Iga's, of course Iga's voice sounds raspier in some sort of way. But yeah, these two sounded way too similar. But I did like their battle though. Their battle was nice. I wish Drum got to battle Volt a little bit more, but it's oh well. The Japanese theme had a more fun vibe. This one was going for a more... This one's going for a more, like, I wouldn't say extreme. This one went for a more, intense. This is, yeah, I would have to say intense. But still, not the best season. But it's still very enjoyable in its own sort of way. Alright. There's a lot I have to say about this. I remember I was one of those people who did not like this. Like, now that I'm listening to this again, right? There's a lot that I have to say. It's not as bad as I thought it was when it initially released. Like, now that, like, I'm looking at it more and more and, like, I listen to it, comparing it all to the other songs, it's not that bad. And I know I'm crazy for saying that, but it's not that bad. It's just... I don't know, man. You should... This is the same person who did Cyberpunk songs, so them doing a Beyblade song just felt like, wow, okay, this is like a huge tonal shift. But then again, we got like one OK Rock who went from Sonic Frontiers and is now doing Beyblade X. So at this point, anything is in the realm of possibilities. But this song is not as bad as I originally thought it was when it initially released. It's not that bad. But I think the behind the scenes left a bad taste in my mouth when they were comparing this song to TikTok stuff. And yes, Nate Wants a Battle came back for another theme song. And it is the Quad Drive / Dynamite Battle theme song. This one's actually good. This one is really good. I want to say this might be better than Turbo. But I still think the Japanese one still like hits. It hits harder for me. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna turn this down just a little so I don't get... This one's louder than the rest for some reason. I don't know why. This one's just louder. Okay. I still don't like how Rashad was treated in the anime, but it's kind of whatever. I already came to grips with it. Of course, this is a season where we got a lot of animation errors, but it's fine. Animation is hard, alright? I'll give anybody the benefit of the doubt, alright? Animating is hard, especially when you're doing this weekly. So... Of course, trying to stay consistent it's crazy. And especially they're still doing this back-to-back with Pokemon, and I think they're doing other stuff too. So, of course, you know. But even then, like, this song's still pretty good. Nice. Alright, we got Quad Strike. Oh my god, here we go. Song is still a banger. For an exclusive dub theme, this song had no right going this hard. Also, at the same time, why do I feel like this animation is so much better than DB's? Like, I feel like they put more into this than DB. Like, I don't know. To me, it just felt like, yeah, like they put more into Quad Strike than DB. Of course, you know, this one still had animation errors, but it's... This song went hard. The thing is that I don't know. I wish they treated Pre more as a pro tag, because I feel like they didn't give her enough attention. Of course, you know, Belle and all the other previous protagonists kind of came back for their roles. But I feel like Belle could have played a supporting cast, alright? Like, he didn't have to be the main character for this one. Also, I wish we got more of a final battle between them. But also, it would have been cool if Pre went up against Volt. That way, it would have gave this anime much more of a unique ending. But, it's oh well. Still nice. This series is still... This season was still okay. Like, of course, I didn't like the switch up. I did not like the switch up from TT to, you know, Hasbro. Good season. Alright. So, that was all of the Beyblade Burst English theme songs. Final thoughts and opinions. It's kind of, like I said, I keep saying this all the time. I'm so proud of, like, what Burst has accomplished and what we were able to do. And I actually have to thank Burst in some way or form, because I think without Burst, a lot of people wouldn't be as open about Beyblade as they are right now, I feel. Because when it came to Metal Fight, you know, of course, you know, we have those days where, like, you know, we played on the playground and we hid them from teachers and stuff. With Burst, I felt like it was more about bringing people together, I feel. Because without Burst, I don't think I'd be able to talk to half of you guys and also, you know, kind of be here right now doing this. I know that's a weird way of putting it, but it's hard to explain. It's hard to kind of put something like this in words. Because this is a series that has meant so much to me, and it's kind of hard to, like, let this go. But at the same time, I think I'm okay with where it's at. I'm okay with how it ended. I'm okay with what it was able to accomplish in the 7 years that this series has been going on for. And I want to see where X goes. I want to see what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, and what they bring to the table. Because it's carrying all 3 generations, including this one, on its back. So, obviously, it's got a lot of shoes to fill. But I feel like with what it's doing right now, you know, we got One OK Rock doing the theme song. We got Espa doing the ending theme. And it's just wow, you know? I can't explain it. Of course, there are still problems I had with this series. Number one, I know pacing for these series was a big issue. Character handling was sometimes went from okay to like, wow, alright, that's really bad, where are they? And some of the protagonists had hits and miss. I still, to this day, I will stand on this. Volt will forever be the true protagonist of this generation. I don't care what anybody else says, but I will stand by it that Volt will and forever be the one true protag for this generation, alright? I know it ended with Belle in some way or form, but no, it's always going to be Volt. Volt was the one who started this. He's always going to be the one to end it, alright? But aside from that, right, I'm still happy with all these characters that we've gotten. These protagonists have done so much for me growing up, and have done so much for other people too. And it's not just protagonists, it's also the characters, the stories, and it's just this series has done a lot. This series has done a lot. Will I say it's done more than MFB? No. Will I say it's done more than Bakuten? No. I feel like each series has done something within of itself makes it substantial and kind of gives it its own name, and why people revere them as, like, you know, their one true thing. Like this is what Beyblade is all about. So I'm happy with how Burst ended up. All right, like with the hits and misses, and especially with Quad Strike using the old animations and literally like voicing over them with the new ones, because for some reason they switched dubbing studios when it came to English. I'm so happy with this series. Western exclusive, we did good. We did really well when it came to this Western exclusive. Probably the best Western exclusive that we've gotten for Beyblade. Like, anything at that point is a step up from Bay Warriors or Bay Wheels, whatever. And, of course, you know, Shogun Steel or Zero G, you know, a lot of people don't talk about it, but I do wish people talked about it a little bit more, because I also kind of enjoyed that one as well. But overall, though, Burst did what it did, and I'm happy with where it's at. I'm happy with what it did, and I'm happy that I was able to share my love with Beyblade Burst and just Beyblade in general with you guys, with all your support throughout these. I've only been doing this for 5 years, believe it or not. So over these 5 years, since I did that one video, y'all have been supporting me, pushing me to do more videos, and I couldn't be more happy. All right. Of course, there are videos that I want to get to, and there are personal videos that I want to do. And of course, I can't do every single thing, but I'm still going to do what I can for you guys, because I know that this is stuff that you guys enjoy, and I will keep entertaining you guys as best as I can. But with that out of the way, I know I didn't get to every single little detail, and I know that the comments are going to be blowing up like crazy, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in the comment section below. But that's going to do it for this video, and that's actually just going to do it for Beyblade Burst stuff. I am done with the mainline stuff. This is it. Alright? It's over. I will now strictly be doing, probably after the remakes, after the Burst remakes, I'm done. Alright, that'd be it. But as far as mainline stuff goes, I will still do remakes. But as far as the mainline stuff goes, this is it. This is the end. Alright? I'm done with Burst. I'm moving on to Beyblade X. And I gotta figure out where I'm gonna go from there. But otherwise, though, I'm going to get those remakes out, believe it or not. And I will see if I want to do the other Beyblade X stuff, which I might. I'm really thinking on it. But otherwise, though, that's gonna be it for this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.